Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody here. I have the second part of this kind of two-page spread. They're just coordinate. They're not a two-page spread really. So it's just two coordinating pages. This is the same clip that was at the beginning of the last video that I posted with the other side of this. And what I did is I used the pink paper as the background for the first page, and then I'm using this kind of grayish neutral color paper for the second page. And so I'm using complementing, okay, is that the right word? Complementary, I don't know. The colors will kind of complement each other, I suppose you should say. They're not matchy matchy, but they do look nice together. They coordinate in a sense. So I just wanted to include this in the beginning of this video so you can see how I kind of match the two. And then also, here's the completed first page. I used that pink ombre in the background. I used a 3x4 cut apart page for my journaling, and that journaling is for both of these pages. I used kind of teals and some grayish neutrals to kind of matte the photo on, and also I used pink alphas and this ribbon, this kind of teal and pink ribbon at the bottom with some white and teal enamel dots. So here's the start of the second page. And this page is not really going to have any journaling on it because the first page already had journaling, and I don't want to say the same thing twice. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I want to set this up. I like these two photos. I really think they're so cute. And I wanted to use the pink cards here, kind of just tie into the other side, but I ended up going on a bit of a different route, and I used that same teal color with pink pops of color. So I'm looking through here, trying to see what I want to pull because there are a lot of the same colors in these sticker sheets. And then I have this Jelly Bean Soup page that I pulled out all my pink papers here just to kind of see what I wanted to use since I'm deciding not to use those 3x4 cards. And all of these things are still in the kit that I made. I made quite a large kit, but I end up doing a lot with this kit, so I'm quite pleased with it. Have a couple little strips that I've cut here. I'm just trying a couple different things to see what I want. And at this point, I still think that I want to use these cards, and then I end up not. So I go back to the back side of this. It might be Teresa Collins paper that's got this white script on this like teal paper, and I love this. I really bought it for the other side, which is a ledger side, but I don't like the texture of this paper to write on, so it's definitely a textured paper, so I don't like the texture of it, so I end up using this side instead because this is a really pretty teal, and then it's got the white script on it, so it's just very pretty. Now, it wasn't quite long enough, and I didn't really want to have the not the letters. Not I didn't want to have the text writing sideways. Not that it really would have mattered because you really can't see it, but just for my own, what do you call it? Just for my own, I'm having problems today. Just for my own peace of mind. There we go. I wanted to have it going, from left to right instead. And so I end up piecing another little scrap of the other part onto the bottom, and you really can't tell at all. Actually, now that I'm voicing over, I had forgotten about it till I saw that on the screen that's what I ended up doing. So obviously a success because I didn't even remember. And I'm looking at the page here beside me, and you can't tell at all. It lines up perfectly. So I'm really liking the way that those look. I just like the teal on the back of the photos because they've got the white border. I'm really a fan of the white border, and that's how I get my photos printed. I print from Snapfish and have them delivered to my house, and it's just perfect. I really like their quality, and they always have great deals if you sign up for their emails. I think there's like a coupon code every week or every other week, and I only order photos every, month or so. I actually just ordered about 200 photos, so I just got a ton of them in. So I'm going through my little tray there to the side. I got that tray at IKEA, and I think it was like $1.49 or $1.99. And it's just kind of, I think it's supposed to be more of like a serving dish for desserts. Not something you could bake in, but it's just a lightweight tray. And so I use it for this because it's kind of a nice catch-all. It has about an inch lip on the side, so it holds things. You don't have to worry about things sliding out, but it's still small enough that it fits in the top of my iris container. So I've got all my little doodads here, and I'm cutting a piece of this ribbon. I'm going to make one end a banner end, and the one at the top I'm going to make it more like an arrow, and this is where I pull out those 3x4 cards. I decide that it's just not working for me, and then I instead use this Jelly Bean Soup paper that has the alpha, like the Scrabbles, the pink Scrabble letters on one side, and the other side is a yellow and white polka dot, which is extremely cute. That's what I bought it for. I didn't buy it for this side, but I ended up liking this side just because it's kind of nice to see all the letters on one sheet and you can just cut what you need. And then I end up, all these other pieces that you see at the bottom, I'm going to end up sticking those in a bag just so I can keep them all together. So my title is Cute Curls. And I had to find the closest T to the edge. That's what I'm doing. That was a complete letter. And I just trim those down. They don't have to be perfect, but I like the way that it looks. So it says Cute Curls. Because I love his curls. We've since cut his hair, and it's more of a mohawk at the moment. It's still curly on top, but it's not these long curls that just kind of hung around his face. I thought they were so cute, and they were so soft. His hair is still pretty soft, but there's nothing like baby fine, soft, curly hair. And that's what that was. But it ended up being a bit of a rat's nest as he got older. So we had to cut it. And rat's nest sounds gross. How about we just say bird's nest? That's better. It was a bit of a mess. How about we just say that? I'm going through these small kind of epoxy alphas. I wanted to put a bit of a subtitle, or at least I thought I did, and I was looking to see what was on there, but I have a weird thing about those. They have like green, yellow, pink, blue, and if I use different colors, I want them to all be different. But my problem was with the letters that I was using, I would have like 2 pink ones and then a yellow one and an orange, or a yellow one and a green one. Or I would have a pink one, 2 blue ones, and a yellow one. I just didn't want the same color twice next side by side to each other because it looked funny to me. So I still haven't used those alphas, and I don't know if they'll get used. I've used them once, I think, the entire time I've had them. I hate to throw things away though, so I'll keep it until I figure out a way to use it, but it's just not working for me. So I'm making I think I do this a lot. Now that I'm looking at this, this is just something that looks very pleasing to my eye, and that I just go at a diagonal, the up and the down. I mean, the up on the left down to the right, or vice versa. And I had this little bag that I had cut. It's just a thin white paper bag, and I had cut, what do you call that? A scallop border. There we go. One of them was already in a scallop, and then I cut another part to be scallop as well, so I can have it sticking out on both sides of the photos. And then I have these little strips of words, and that one that I just cut apart says cute as a cupcake, and it's in pink lettering. And then there are 2 more that are going to go on this layout. There's going to be one that says capture the moment, and it's going to be under the left photo. And then there's going to be one up right above the cute as a cupcake, and it's going to say happy. These pink stars that I've used are actually confetti from, let's see, where was that from? Studio Calico. And so I used those. I had 2 different sizes of stars, so I put those. And I'm just using my tape runner here to glue down this cute as a cupcake. And that's another reason why I like it. I really like the thickers that, they might be, yeah, I think they're called thickers. They're the Scrabble ones, and I have them in gray and in pink, but they're not sticky. And if I'm going to tape them anyways, why not just use the paper that's easier to cut, and I have more alpha options there. I'm using my Crystal Effects here to glue down these stars and my white enamel dots that I made from perler beads. And I'm actually honestly trying to use up this bottle of Crystal Effects because it drives me crazy with how often it gets clogged, but I refuse to throw things away unless they're really unusable, and this is not unusable. So I'm going to use it till it's gone. It might take me forever to use it all, but I pull it out every single time I have small things like this because it's perfect for it. All right, I've got the basis of the layout done, and I'm just trying to figure out what else I want to add. I like this Be Happy because it's the right color tone, but I can't figure out where to fit it. So I actually took a break and came back later, and I ended up pulling out this thin silver washi tape, and I'm going to put it in a few places. It's going to go at the top left and the bottom right of my two tiny embellishment clusters. And then it's going to go under each of the photos and also under the title, because it's going to end up being a bit of a grounding element for the title. And I'm just kind of creating, I heard somebody mention at one point, it's almost like putting books on a shelf. You don't want the books to fall down, so they have to have something to sit on. So, I mean, not that my shelves are attached to anything, but these are almost like a shelf where everything is kind of sitting on the shelves, which is what I'm using the silver washi for. It's just a really thin silver washi, and it just adds another gray element to the page. I don't have very much gray on here other than the background, so it's kind of a perfect thing. That sticker originally said happy birthday, so I just cut off the birthday and used the happy. And I do have it mounted on just a pink button, and I covered up the holes with the happy part. Trying a few things here. These are some banner shapes, and I thought it'd be nice to kind of point to the photo, but I don't end up liking the color. I use that Remember This tab at the bottom, and I like the way that that looks. So what I end up doing is pulling that same kind of red and pink tone up here to the left and putting a half of a medallion that's in the teal silver color. And this is that Capture the Moment sticker that I'm using. This is pretty much the last thing I'm going to add to this layout. So thanks for watching. Oh, I'll add this little teal heart, and that's about it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like my videos and like to see more, and also give me a thumbs up. Thanks guys. Bye.